Hello everyone, welcome back to Every Two Kiss a Dot. I am back, and this time it is to share something different from what I've been sharing. It's actually a visual journal page that I worked on, and I'm really focusing on developing my art healing shares in different ways that I do it, and I share with other people, and I'm trying to do it online with all of you guys and in my other different social medias. But this is a page that I created, and I actually created this on one of my Facebook groups live. So what I wanted to do with this page was I felt like doodling and just relaxing by the process of doing that and just letting it happen. I also wanted to sort of like connect to family and traditions by using an old book that I found. This was at one of my mom's cousins' houses. They were like renting it out to her for a little bit, and they had left behind a whole bunch of books from her like great aunt and uncle that had left the house a bunch of years before. And when we were searching through the things, because we had to get rid of all the stuff that was there that was no longer needed by anyone, I found this book, which I love, 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 love the binding on and the cover and the texture. So it's called Vacation Storybooks. So there's a lot different little stories, but it's old and it's stained, and it even has, I think it's termites is what you call them, those little bugs that eat through paper and wood. So it even has those little holes and stains on it in different areas. And what I did was I tore one of the pages from this book, and after I did that, I decided that I might want to just keep on working inside of the book itself, because I love the cover and the binding on it, and I want to keep on working on the book itself and not keep tearing and those pages out and losing the ability to use the cover on it. So anyways, what I did was I covered my page with some gesso, and I went over that with a wipey to just like take the excess off and prepare the surface so that some of the writing would show, also protect it from like just being like damaged by my watercolor painting on it, and having that just like as an inspiration background. And then I went in and just like drew some simple little doodle mushrooms, and after I had that little section there, I just kept on going by building the little scene around it. So all of this is watercolor onto some gessoed page, and once all of that was dry, I went in with this little Pigma pen, which is quite fine, and I doodled my little details, doodled on the little mushrooms and some details around the little landscape and some trees in the background, and lightly used my watercolor back there. Once all of that was dried, I used some gel medium to adhere this to a page that I had already painted with this color shift acrylic from Folk Art, which goes from like a violet purple to a blue to a teal. So I like that combination in the background. And on top of that, what I did was use some squid ink and this stamp set. I've used this one facing out on the edge so I could have like the straight edge go in on the inside, and then all of these that were all jagged like on the edge, I would have them sticking out of the page on these two sides. And then in this part over here, I started by adding this that looks like little pebbles but doodled, and I sort of couldn't control the way it would fit in the frame that I wanted to create. So what I did was I used my Pigma pen and I just imitated, inspired by the ones that were on the stamp. I just kept on going and adding different doodles that would go with it and sort of imitate the ones on the stamp and fill the whole space with that. And that's a little page that I created. That was like one of my art healing afternoons that I shared on my Facebook, hoping to inspire others to play and create with me while I go on live and do it. And the other thing that I did, and this was actually this week, I think it was actually Monday, I had one of those days where you like have situations happen to you where you're trying to help people do things that they're supposed to be doing, specifically kids, your own like children, and you can't, no matter what you do, they just do their own thing, right? So you're trying to guide them and you're trying to help them get things done, and they're not willing to do the whatever they're supposed to be doing. So I was like, I need to like just relax, unwind, disconnect from the situation because I'm getting upset and I really can't control what he's gonna decide. My son did not want to hand in the work that he had to hand in, and no matter how many times I told him to, he kept forgetting or putting it up. I mean, putting it like, what do you call it? Just postponing and not doing the things. So I was like, I need some art healing. So I got home and I was sitting down here in my studio and I was holding this beautiful crystal. It's a rose quartz and I love the shape of it and everything about it. I love it. And I always have it here on my desk. I have this one and I have a clear quartz. So these are always like close to me. And I was just holding it and I felt inspired by it. So I took a picture and I shared it on my Facebook. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to play with some watercolors, and inspired by this little crystal here that's feeling like it's making me want to like unwind and relax and just disconnect and let it go for a little bit. He'll find his own way. We can't control people and what they're going to end up doing. You have to let them do their own mistakes and find their own way. So disconnect from that guilt of not being able to make them do what they're supposed to be doing. I started playing with watercolors and just playing with pinks. And when I was watching the replay, as I was watching it happen, I kept seeing, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I see a little dolphin's face, like picking out from pink water. And I was like, ooh. And dolphins are like a symbol of like joy and playfulness and communication and just freedom. So I was like, that's like a little message there. And it's also just the healing waters of the effect of the watercolor around it, even though it's pink, right? So I was like, yeah, that's what you find when you do a free flowing artistic moment to just like heal and disconnect and recharge and refresh. You find little surprises when you're creating. You're letting go of your feelings and your emotions, and they're emerging on the page without you really trying to control them. And that's when you find these little pretty surprises that uplift your spirits and make you think deeper about things and focusing on maybe the positive of it. So yeah, that's what came out of that. And the more I do this and the more I share it with others and I see their reaction, the more I want to keep on inspiring people to do this more. So you'll see me going more into this, however I can, because I just truly believe that creating art is a way of healing and connecting to yourself and releasing your emotions and the stress of the day, and just giving yourself some time to be with your thoughts, your feelings and your emotions, and healing through the process and learning about yourself through the process and connecting to yourself through the process. When you sit down and you really look at it and connect to the feelings and the emotions that you're seeing, right? Not as you're creating it only, but after, when you take a look at what you made and you like really go into it and take a look at what you've made. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys, and I hope you liked it, and I'll be back with whatever else I create and I feel that you guys might benefit from seeing, or maybe feel inspired by seeing. So besitos to all of you. Thanks so much for your love, for your support, for being here, for your comments and your likes, and to all the new subbies that are coming in, thank you for coming in and taking the time to watch my videos, and I hope you're liking what you're seeing, and I wish you all a wonderful week. Much love to all of you. Besitos. Hope you watched the video that I just uploaded live with my heart number 7 for this week, on my visual journal, and that goes with my challenge. So I hope you enjoy that video and you get a little positive input from what I shared in that video too. And I hope I inspire you to connect with your own self and explore and experiment and have fun through the process of creating. I'll see you all soon. Take care and bye bye.